So we are live now. You guys don't see this. Evening, everyone, by the way. Hope you're all well.
Good evening.
You don't see it. When you press the link to go live, it gives you like a countdown and you end up looking like an idiot because you don't want to say anything. You don't want to move because it also records that 5 seconds as well, I think, for some reason.
Does it?
I think it does, yeah.
Oh.
I think it does. It's really, really weird. But if you are joining us tonight, good evening. We hope you're well. Everyone's coming in saying evening all. I've just got to log in.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. While you guys are just joining, if you can give us lots of likes, lots of hearts, lots of loves, happy faces, things like that, that would be very much appreciated because it all helps with the with letting people know the
rhythm.
Yeah, it all helps with the Facebook algorithm, pushing it out there, pushing that notification to people to let them know that we're going to be live.
I saw Fran just give us some. It don't say the name of who does it, but it shows you a little picture. I recognise Fran's picture. So thanks, Fran. As somebody else, she's doing it some more now.
To people. Oh, hang on.
Karen's giving us some love.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Give us some love. Give us some likes.
Simona's giving us some love. I recognise the little let me show you what I can see. So give it some likes and love. There you go. Like I can't see them now, but that's all I can see.
Yeah.
And I recognise some of them. Is that Christos?
Yeah, that one's Christos. I recognise his one as well. Yeah. You do. Do you know what it is? Sorry, guys. I'm a bit hoarse tonight. I've got a bit of a sore throat. But yeah, that's Christos. That one is definitely. You do. You start to recognize people by their little profile pictures. Yeah, by their little.
It's on a phone, and it's literally like the tiny. Look, there's Christos.
Yeah, they're still going. Look, Christos keeps getting shout outs, so he's gonna keep. He keeps pressing it.
Christos Fellas, top guy. YouTube,
look at that.
YouTube group. There he goes.
Well, let's say good evening to everyone. So we got Simona, Karen Hudson's in the house. Good evening, Doug, Fran. I always remember Doug. Well, I think it was Doug. I think it was his wife Jo told me that they tend to watch this while they're cooking the dinner or doing the washing up or something like that. So that was ages ago. She told me that. So hopefully that's the case. But good shout out to you guys. Fran, Angela, Peter, Alison, Matthew, Minna, Vlad, John, Brandon, Peter, Marlu, Christos, Vlad. Evening, guys. Evening, Vlad. Hope you're well. Imran, Karen, and Karen Wallace and Stuart Hemming have also joined as well. So good evening, everyone. Probably be a bit of a busy one tonight. I'd like to say that there's something else to talk about other than the current kind of, well, we are going to talk about a couple of other things tonight anyway as well, to talk about things to do with Amazon, but it is just all encompassing, all consuming kind of coronavirus that is going on with Amazon at the moment.
I thought he was going to say, when you said there's only going to be one thing we're going to talk about tonight, I thought you meant Easter.
Well, if you can still get your Easter eggs, make sure you send them in. Actually, do you know what? Funnily enough, but I don't want to encourage anyone to do anything like this at all. So it's not the reason I'm going to say it. But we went out on Sunday, and one of my friends owns a local pub, and since the shutdown of the pubs on Friday, they've kind of converted into like a takeaway. So we're doing like a Sunday roast takeaway. So I went to go and pick that up on Sunday, and they've got like a convenience shop next door. And we went in the convenience shop, and the place was stacked with Easter eggs, like absolutely stacked. Yeah, totally stacked with Easter eggs. You could have a field day selling those on Amazon at the moment. But
so I don't want to run on Easter eggs then, just toilet roll.
No, it didn't have any toilet roll, just Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. You'd have thought they'd go mad for Easter eggs, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know. But I think, do you know what I think it is? I just think there's normally in the stores now, you start seeing things like Easter eggs dwindling, and they're mainly because they're bought by Amazon resellers, I think. Yeah. But now I think Easter is like the last thing on anyone's mind at the moment. We're all thinking about one thing. We're all thinking about the same thing. And yeah, it's just I've never been in a situation where there is just no other news.
I know, yeah. But to be fair, can you imagine if they said, "Oh, and in other news, a Girl Scout group has set up a new club on the lawn of the local." You wouldn't give a damn, would you? You'd be like, "Tell me about Corona."
yeah, I know it is, and you become a bit obsessed with it. I go through little waves of it where I'm like absolutely obsessed with it. But now that the kids are home, I try not to have it on around them too much. Not because I'm shielding them from it or anything like that, but they know what's going on. Well, my little one doesn't know what's going on, but Max, he's 10 this year, so he knows what's going on because he's not going to school anymore. But I don't want them to see me being obsessed with it, if that makes sense. It's not healthy at all.
Well, I don't have it on, but that's for different reasons. I don't have a TV license, and I'm ever buying one, so that's why I don't have it on. But yeah, I mean, it's kept. Look, Brexit pulled me back into the news, right? I've not watched or read the news for years and years and years. Best part of probably a decade. I've not done it probably longer than a decade. Like, I remember going on a tour bus in Vegas, and there was an American tour guide on the top deck of this double-decker bus. And he said to me, he made some joke about Prince Harry or something in Vegas. And I was like, yeah. He was like expecting me to join in. I didn't even know what he was talking about because literally not watched the news in years. Brexit pulls me back in and as me spiraling in this negativity. And I'm like, I need to get away from this news stuff. And then blooming COVID-19 comes along, and here we are again. News, listening to LBC and listening to what's going on and watching YouTube videos of Boris and all that.
I think more than ever, especially with Brexit, because obviously that does have a bit of, I mean, God, don't we all miss Brexit now anyway? But, bring back Brexit. Oh dear, he's on the Malibu already tonight. With coconut or... Oh, no, Malibu is Coke. No, what do you drink it with? Pineapple? Malibu. Oh, Coke. Right. Okay.
Coke.
Is Coke vegan?
I hope so. I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure many coconuts are, though. Coconut sauce from Thailand aren't, because monkeys on strings get them. So
dear. Anyway, moving on from that, I think with the COVID-19, the coronavirus situation, it affects us. Not only it's affected us so much. There's been nothing like it. I can't see. Well, I hope there'll never be anything like it again. But it's actually affected, like we said a few weeks ago, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Oh, it's not going to affect Amazon. It's not going to do this. It's not going to. I'm a personal believer of life that if things start affecting Amazon, then you're in big trouble, kind of thing. I've always said that.
It's affected it in 2 ways, though, hasn't it? It's not just a one-way thing. It's not like negative effect.
No. I mean, it's like big news if it's affecting.
Yeah, everybody's reporting like Q4 style sales, like through the roof sales on Amazon.
Yeah.
And obviously, the other report is you can't send everything in right now, can you?
No. So just a bit of a recap for everyone, the situation. So I think it was this time last week. So I think it was maybe last Tuesday that the announcement came out. It was a bit iffy to start with, whether or not it was confirmed. But the announcement kind of came out that Amazon were practically being overwhelmed by the amount of orders they were getting for the amount of kind of household staples, the essentials that people rely on to live on in life.
Yeah.
And for that reason, they felt that they had to restrict the amount of goods that are being sent in to the warehouses through FBA to a certain level of product. And those products are what they could consider to be household staples and essentials. So they cover baby products, health and household, beauty and personal care, grocery, industrial and scientific, and pet supplies. So those are the products at this present point in time that you can only send into Amazon through FBA. Can't send any toys in unless it falls under a baby product, but then it probably wouldn't fall under those essential ones anyway. And that's also important to state. So just because a product you might think it falls under a baby product price. So you think, okay, that's fine, I'm covered for all baby products. No, it's only what Amazon deemed to be essential within that baby product category. So you haven't got an automatic pass for everything baby products. You are going to have to check on Buybot Pro whether or not you are eligible to send that.
I need to add something there. It's only we're just literally discussing it like 20 minutes ago and addressing the issue. But somebody, Matt Budd, I think it was, has pointed out to us that there might be an issue with the way Amazon are doing things. So when Amazon first started restricting stuff, I think they turned everything hazmat. You might know better than me. So they turned everything hazmat, but obviously things aren't hazmat. So that was a temporary quick fix. Let's just make everything hazmat. And they're not actually hazmat. So now what they've done is they've made it so you can be eligible to sell something, but not eligible to ship it. So what's happening right now, folks, is Buybot Pro could be showing you are eligible to sell it, but when you go to add it to a shipping plan, you're not eligible to send it in.
Right.
So I think this is going to be a temporary thing. I think maybe a week or two. So whether we spend the development time on like trying to come up with a solution whereby it checks whether it's shippable or not, I think there is maybe a way to do it, but it's potentially creating shipping plans, and we don't really want to do it that way. So this is probably our preferred way. We're letting people know, or we're going to be letting people know, assuming this is right. Like I say, this is a conversation I was having like 20 minutes ago, literally, or half an hour ago. You may be seeing it shown as eligible to sell it by Buybot Pro, but you need to check if you can actually ship it, which is a different thing. Because this is a temporary thing, I think our best option is to just put a notice up in Buybot Pro saying, look, make sure you can check that you can ship it, or something like that. So we might just put a notice up rather than code something that might take days and days of development time, and then Amazon change it back to how it was anyway. So I don't think these restrictions are going to last too long. I genuinely don't. I think, didn't Amazon say they were recruiting 100,000 people now?
Yeah, so the situation is currently as it stands, the date is April the 5th that we're looking to have these restrictions lifted. Now, personally, again, a week ago, I would have said, or even a few days ago, I would have said, yeah, we're all good for April the 5th. I do think it's going to be a bit longer. To be perfectly honest. So I do think
Amazon restrictions
I think it's going to be a bit longer. I think the original train of thought as to why they put the pause on, at first I was a bit like, okay, they're waiting to train these 100,000 workers, they're waiting to do this, they're waiting to do that. But the bigger picture is, one, they've got to recruit 100,000 people and train them. For Amazon, actually, I don't think that's too much of a big problem for them. But depending on where this country goes in the next week or two, more social distancing and more restrictions might come into place. So bearing in mind, that's 100,000 people worldwide, guys, by the way. So it's not like
worldwide.
Yeah, it's worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, it was worldwide, unless someone corrects me. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. I don't know myself. But I mean, it's a lot of people.
Yeah, I as far as I was aware, it was worldwide. So, big recruitment drive. Now, of course, if this country goes into lockdown even more, you can recruit all the people that you want at the end of the day. Amazon is a key service. It's been designated as a key service, but they have now come out and said that they will be kind of obeying social distancing within their warehouses. So if they were thinking about putting more and more people into them, it's probably not going to be realistic, which means that this April the 5th date, is it going to move? Is it going to change? Don't get me wrong. I don't think it will be like 3 months, but I think they might extend it a little bit further. But it will be done. If Amazon extend that further, it will be done so begrudgingly. The thought for Amazon that they are missing out on business, on key business. Don't get me wrong, their sales must be through the roof at the moment, like unprecedented level of orders that are going through Amazon at the moment, but they are only fulfilling and urgently fulfilling a very small percentage of their inventory at the moment, and that must be killing Amazon at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong, I don't think they can physically do anymore, hence why this is, but they're probably selling things low level like baby wipes and things like that, whereas they're not selling PS4s that are £400. Do you see what I mean? So I feel at this moment in time, Amazon also knowing that all the high streets are closed, they've got no competition left, and the fact that they can't fulfill a big part of their business, I think, will absolutely be killing them. So I think they will be working their butts off to get all levels of FBA up and running again as soon as possible. But given what we learned yesterday as well with Italy and I think it was Italy and France. Yeah, Italy and France were communication went out to say that before, if you had toys and things like that in your inventory beforehand, then they were just going out as normal because they were already there. But as of yesterday or a couple of days ago, they actually said that they are going to be sort of pushing back all of the orders that people are going to be making for like toys. So if you go on and try and order like a Fisher Price toy at the moment,
yeah,
the earliest delivery date that you will get is probably about 3 weeks in the future.
Yeah, which is fair enough. It's fair enough. At the end of the day, they are the engine of the country right now, aren't they? Like with the getting stock to people. If they can't,
they're definitely trying to manage people's expectations. They've made it clear, they've come out and they've said, look, staffing's really important to us, staff safety is really important to us, but they kind of see themselves at this pivotal kind of supplier of all these goods that people can't get at the moment. So Amazon are looking like the kind of knight in white knight kind of thing, but we all know that when it comes to it, that they're just money grabbers. They're just in for the profit. That's all that they're in for. But so I don't know. I think next week will be really interesting to find out what is going to happen. I'm on the fence. I'm Switzerland, sat right in the middle. Could go either way for me, whether they'll extend it or whether they'll keep it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all bonkers. I think it's mad. I got to be honest, lockdown to me is not much different to normal life. I work from home. I'm here with Ollie. Yeah, Beck don't come see us anymore. Beck's working from home and stuff. She works from home occasionally anyway, but she's not working. We ain't seeing Beck. But other than that, we're not going to the gym. Other than that, life is normal for us. So I don't know. I got kind of excited about all this lockdown stuff. Like, I don't know if it's like from when I was a kid and you used to have to, the power would go out. It used to go out all the time for some reason when I was a kid, and you'd light your candles and it was like family time. Everyone would be all around. I just liked it. I got quite excited about this. But like, I don't know. How's everybody feeling? How are you guys coping? Let us know in the comments. Is the lockdown affecting you already? Are you a bit like, how's it? Did they do it yesterday, Nat?
Yeah, it was last night. So it was day 1 today of lockdown.
Okay, how are you guys feeling about it? Because we've self-isolated probably for like since Monday last week. So this is like day 8 for us of self-isolation, really.
Yeah, I think it's a huge adjustment having the kids off, not having the kids going anywhere, because both of mine are in full time. Well, education, and Indiana goes to nursery, so that's a big adjustment. We're trying to stagger them not spending too much time together because they're driving me nuts. But the biggest adjustment for me, it's not Amazon not accepting FBA. It's not, oh, okay, we have to change part of the business to merchant fulfilled. It's not this, it's not that. It is knowing as a parent, and obviously I've always said anything that I do in my life, being a mum comes first, no shadow of a doubt. The hardest thing for me, and it'd be interesting to hear if people are having these same things, is knowing that my children are probably not going to go back to school until September. Very realistic.
Very realistic.
And having this kind of gap of like this void of being responsible for educating them because the government haven't said that we have to homeschool, but most people I know are doing a level of homeschooling because
they're not giving you packs or anything.
Yeah, some have. It's very inconsistent, so it's not government led. It's down to your school. So we picked up a school because we pulled Max out of school a few days ago last week anyway as well. But they gave us a pack that we went and picked up yesterday. And it's okay, but there's no guidance. I'm not a teacher at the end of the day. I don't know. He had to write a short story yesterday. Am I supposed to mark it? Am I supposed to? I ended up reading through it and criticizing it because, but it wasn't like constructive criticism. It was like, well, you can't write that. And, what are you doing there? But what level do we go to? What level do we take it to? So I've got to be honest, I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed with that side of things at the moment because
my little girl has been given a pack. I saw it, and they've been told to like a post on Facebook or something like that every single day, and I think they're going to do a bit of internet based stuff, so like they can be part of a classroom.
Yeah, so it depends on the school. So like Max does a few like online type things, but I think if anything, I think you'll see a very big shake up in the education system after this about more remote learning. And, because I was watching this thing on Hong Kong the other day and they're just having full on lessons on Skype and, or Zoom or whatever. And you think, well, we've kind of known this is going to be happening for a few weeks. Surely that could have been set up. I don't know.
Well, I run my entire business on Skype, near enough. Like 90% of the productive stuff I do is on Skype. So I don't see why kids couldn't learn via it. But at the same time, I don't know. That would be a step too far for me if the schooling's changed and it all becomes remote.
I don't think it'll all become remote, but I think it'll be more along the lines of that the infrastructure would be there.
Yeah, the case. Well, that makes sense. Definitely, that makes sense.
I think so. But that's definitely the position I'm in at the moment.
We've had a couple of people mention what they're doing. Sean says he's busy selling games and groceries. That's interesting. Yeah. Carl says his daily life is exactly the same. He works from home, but I still feel unsettled by it all. Can't imagine how people who have had a big change must feel. Alison says, I kind of feel the same as you, Matt. We've been in isolation since the 20th, so about 4 days. Yes, I'm like over a week in, but it's not bothering me one bit, really. It sucks not going to the gym. I just come back from Thailand, a month of not going to the gym, thought, well, I can, because I'm vegan. Have I told you guys in the last hour?
No.
I told you today. I need to tell you. I'm vegan, so I don't get that much protein. So, like, if I don't go to the gym, my muscle drops off me, and I'm turning all noodle arms again. And I was just getting back into the gym, and then all this has happened. So that's the biggest change for me, just not being able to go to the gym. But other than that, I'm good. Peter says no lockdown here, just people keeping their distance.
Peter, I think you're in Germany, aren't you? Just confirm. But as far as I can see, the Germans have handled it brilliantly. They've got a very high amount of cases, but a very low amount of deaths.
They know what they're doing, don't they, the Germans? To be fair, like I've not bought a non-German car in years. If I can't think of the last non-German car I bought because they just know what they're doing.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be surprised. Sue says, I am a co-head teacher of a primary school. We are more concerned that our children's physical and mental well-being is catered for, and we can pick up the academics when the children come back to school. Parents are not teachers and never signed up for homeschooling. That's a really fair point.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is more than anything else. And I think as parents, we're trying to overcompensate on the learning side of it. But what I'm massively concerned about, my son in particular, he is a bag full of energy. Him being stuck in the house is like
driving the walls.
Yeah, he's driving up the walls. We went out for a walk earlier. It's actually on my personal Facebook page. We went out for a walk earlier because that's what you're allowed to do. You're allowed to go out for a walk. And I was just amazed. I was so angry because there was like kids in the skate park, all like,
really?
We're together and everything like that. And I just think they're going to ruin it for us all because that half an hour walk that we go on every day at the moment.
Down even more.
They're going to cut it down.
And I think fining people or make it public, and then they'll stop doing it. I think. Was Boris on earlier on? tonight?
No, it was Matt Hancock. It was the the health secretary.
Is it worth watching?
The only thing he said, which I thought was of big consequence, was that they're turning the XL centre into a field hospital.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, which is good news. It's going to be run by the NHS and also the military. So, which indicates to me that London is expecting big numbers.
I think 8 million people live in London. In fact, it's coming on for 9 million people live in London. It's like that's a lot of people in a very small relative space.
Yeah, absolutely.
The poop's going to hit the fan. Karen Wallace says, great to have the kids home as we know they are safe, but trying to help them with their distance learning and pack up shipments is a little chaotic. I agree with Nat. I can't see the kids being back before September. No, I don't think so either. We have 4 lessons per day to try to do. It's just about manageable. We'll look back on these times and be like, wow, weren't that magical in a craziness kind of way, but we got through it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think what will happen is I think what I'm struggling with the most, and I'm always very honest about this, do I kind of pack everything up work-wise for a few weeks, while there's so uncertainty? Do I just concentrate on the kids? Do I try and keep a balance? It's that balance. It's managing that balance. And, whereas it's difficult when you're self-employed because if I was in an employed job, I would literally be able to take probably my 80% pay or my statutory or whatever. I would probably be able to do that, just sit back and just spend the whole time concentrating on the kids.
I'll tell you what, people that are not being laid off are very lucky. There's going to be so many job losses down to this stuff. Like we've not seen any of it yet. Like the stock market's rebounded today. I think last time I looked, it was doing all right. It's like people don't know what's coming. Like this is the start of it. There's going to be so many job losses. So many people struggling, even with all the measures that the government are putting in place. So anybody that's got a job should feel lucky at the end of this. But yeah, absolutely, it's a difficult situation. I think in your case, Nat, you've got to have a balance. I don't think it's good.
Come first, of course, they always do.
Yeah, of course, but you've got to have a balance because as I always every weekend, because I only get my little girl for the weekends, I always feel guilty if I'm not doing something with her constantly.
Yeah.
Like Ollie always reminds me, it's like it's not the healthiest thing for every time a daughter sees me, for me to just be daddy, daddy, daddy constantly. It's all right to let her chill out in a room and play on her own for a bit, and that's okay. And it's sometimes difficult. And I think if you adopt the I am here, I am here, I am here, they never get to see that, oh, actually, mummy works. And you know what I mean? I think it's sort of psychology, but I think a balance is probably the right move.
Oh, it's definite. I would definitely just go for it. That would be my ideal thing, but you do. And you're right. It's driven by guilt. I see that's what it's driven by. 100% it's driven by guilt. And I see the kids they're having a little bit of a row. They're doing this and doing that. And I think, right, okay, well, I better pack up what I'm doing. I need to sort that out. Whereas sometimes they need to have a little bit of a squabble. Sometimes they need to, burn off some energy or something like that. But my kids, and it's the same for all children nowadays, I think they are so used to living in a world of getting everything that they want in terms, and I don't mean of being spoiled, but, of instant gratification for everything. If my son wants to watch a film, he doesn't have to wait to be taken down to the video store on a Saturday night, for this or that. They don't have that anticipation.
I remember when there was one TV in the house and you would have to, if you wanted to watch something and your mum and dad were watching something, it was just no. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there's no on-demand Netflix on your own TV in your room. It was like, just no. Oh, I want to watch this. No, they're watching it. That's that.
So that's the difficult part. So we've created our own monsters in the sense now that there is very little for them to do. We're very active with the kids. We take them out, we go places, and having all of that liberty taken away from you for very good reason. I'm going to add, obviously, it's very difficult. I can see someone said, Alison said Disney Plus came out just in time. I am blown away by Disney Plus. I briefly looked at it. Like half an hour ago, just to see what was on there. Haven't had a chance yet.
Hang on, Is it not just tons of Marvel, tons of Disney, and The Mandalorian, Star Wars?
Yeah, pretty much. But for a Disney fan, no. What it is, they've joined up with National Geographic as well. And literally, for a Disney fan, they've got all these fascinating documentaries about Disney, about Imagineering, how it works, all the robots and everything like that. So I'm going to work my way through those. There's a series that I'm going to watch tonight, and I'm sorry if this is boring, but I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. There's a series that I'm going to watch tonight, which is behind the scenes of a Disney wedding. For me, that's like, whoa, mind-blowing.
Well, all I'll say is Netflix has been an absolute godsend during this time because I've put my PlayStation 4 down because it was eating too much into my productivity. So I've been playing Apex Legends, but now we've been watching Netflix. It's great. But I've watched The Mandalorian. I'm not going to mention how I watched it, naughty Matt, but I've watched The Mandalorian and it's fantastic. So if you're going to get this, it's worth getting for that.
Yeah, my Matt said that. He said it's absolutely amazing. I don't care about Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever it is, so I don't watch that.
Star Wars and Star Trek are two very different things now.
Yeah, I know. I always get in trouble.
The Mandalorian on Disney Plus is amazing, so it's well worth getting. If you're gonna just go chat for a second. Yeah. Peter says, my daughter getting 100% remote teaching via Google Class. That's cool.
He's in Sweden, not Germany, so apologies. So yeah, that's what I mean.
Vlad says, same here, no change really. Most of the time I am anyway spending working from home.
Yeah. For a lot of us, this isn't going to be, I've got to be honest, from an everyday 9 to 5 point of view, it is no different. We work from home. It's as simple as that. It's not a huge element.
EK says, my daughters don't know what to do with themselves. One was studying for GCSEs. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's so disappointing, for a lot of the kids. Do you know what the funny thing was?
Go on, tell me.
When I was at school studying for my GCSEs, if somebody had stopped me through studying and saying that I didn't have to take them, I would be like, oh my God, it's amazing. But the kids now, they're so focused on their learning and everything like that. They're all gutted. They're all so disappointed.
He's in it. It's like the pressure's been taken off them and they want it. Now, I tell you what, when I was young, if I'd have been told you didn't have to do your exams, I'd have been like, oh my God, this is like a dream come true. I'd have been loving life. But having said that, if they go on the mock results, my teachers all thought I was like a CDE student, I'm not saying that's a loser, but they thought I was not going to do too well. And I was an AB student. So there you go. So I'd have got worse results than if I'd have sat my exams, is what.
Well, this is it. Some people do better in exam situations. Some people do worse. Yeah. But they can't just do the year again. I don't know. It's just when you think about it. Again, I was watching something earlier and they were talking to, what's his face, the guy that runs the Olympics, Seb Coe. Right. And he was saying it just sounds simple. He said it sounds so simple. Just put the Olympics off for a year, which is obviously what they've done now. He said, but you don't understand these athletes in the way that they train, in their schedules, in what is planned already for 2020. He said this is a nightmare on the biggest scale of having to just postpone it. Yeah. I think he was almost saying it's better to cancel it than postpone it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I suppose they've already been training and increasing the intensity of the training so much. And now it's like, oh, my God, you've got to pull off and then go back at it again.
Yeah, because they've got they got the prep for the following year, which I think is obviously the World Championship. So it's thrown everything into chaos a little bit.
So Rob says, evening all, only difference for me is I can't walk to the hotel at the end of the road and sit in the reception with a coffee. Walk from home all the time. Anyway, so I'm used to it. Alison says Disney Plus came out just in time. Carl says, most importantly, they have every episode of The Simpsons from day one back in 1989. Jesus Christ, has it been that long?
Well, I've seen Carl's profile. I know he's a fellow Disney fan. So, it's amazing. All the people that sneer at you all your life for being a Disney fan, as soon as Disney Plus comes out, everyone's got it.
Well, they've done a great deal, haven't they? It's £50 for the first year, and then you got it for 35 or something.
Yeah, I got it for 35. Yeah, for the year.
It's a no-brainer. If you've got kids, it's an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah, Disney is awesome. Yeah.
Alison, we love Disney Vacation members since 2007. Matt says, sure, I will watch something I want one day. You're Matt.
Oh, Alison, I'm going to have to send you a message because we're DVC members as well. So always good to meet a fellow DVC member. Yeah, sorry. This is going to turn into a Disney podcast in a minute.
John says we had one channel, BBC. I remember the launch of ITV in our region, which gave us 2 channels. Unfortunately, only 1 hour a day for kids. I wonder how today's kids would handle that. Absolutely. I remember coming home from school. Obviously, I don't remember one channel, John, but I do remember Channel 5 come in. So I remember it being 4 channels for ages. And I remember 4 feeling newish or edgy, but I remember always being 4. But we had a black and white TV when I was a kid. And it's not because I'm that old. I'm 39. It's because we were poor. But we had a black and white TV. And I remember coming home from school, you used to get about 3:30, I think it was. It was kids' TV till about 5. And then it was like Countdown and a load of garbage that you hated. Yeah. Reminiscing.
Yeah, I know. Good times because we're the same age. Well, I'm 39 this year. You're a little bit older than me. So, but yeah, no, I remember that time. But the
I'm 40 in 2 weeks.
Oh, are you? Oh, so you're going to be your 40th. You're going to be on lockdown.
I'm going to be on lockdown. That's all right. I weren't doing anything anyway.
Oh, well, we must make sure we do something in the Secret Wealth Project.
Yeah, that'd be nice. No, yeah. I tell a lie. Holly was she was gonna pay for us to go on 3 trips, like weekends. So like we went to Budapest, I think, last year, and that was a like Christmas birthday gift to me. I think she said we were going to do 3, so it's going to be epic this one because it's my big 40th, but that won't happen now.
Well, I think it's just everything's just got to be postponed. It's my daughter's birthday on Monday, so unfortunately, yeah, just everything's got to be postponed at the moment, but for good reason. Because even you had a bit of a change of heart on it, didn't you, this week, where you just sort of said you had a bit of a turning point where you were like, you said something like, I was wrong. This is not that you didn't take it seriously.
No, I didn't take it seriously at all. I'll be the first one to admit, hey, when I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'll be the first person to say that I was like, no, this will blow over. It's nothing. It's just the media hype storm. And if it wasn't for well, no, I won't go into details of it, but basically, yeah, I thought it was just going to be like all the other things, swine flu, pig flu, CJD. I remember getting told if you've had a McDonald's hamburger in the last 14 years, you're going to start frothing at the mouth and you're going to go mad. You're going to get mad cow disease and you're going to die. And that was what the media was telling us and expecting us to believe back when I was, I think, a teenager. You were going to get CJD if you'd had a burger. That was everybody. Everybody that had a burger. So like I've seen this like media hype storm happen again and again and again, and I thought it was just another one of the same. It's not. This is very different. This is like wartime, folks. The only difference between this and wartime is like we just got to stay in. We're not getting bombed. We're not going to war or anything like that. We just got to stay in, which is not so bad, is it?
No, but it's very serious, and that's why we say so. We've kind of stopped very deliberately talking about like retail arbitrage and things like that, because I'm certainly not going to advocate it in any way whatsoever at the moment.
I mean, I'm not one to judge, but you should.
No, I'm not.
You shouldn't be doing retail arbitrage now. If you are, what you're thinking? Like just from the social judgment of people going, look at them filling their trolleys. Like surely the shame's enough. I know when we did a little spot of panic buying, I felt shameful.
It did. You become like a social leper if people see that you've got too much in your trolley. I mean, but this is because it is such a fast moving situation. I was still saying, okay, yeah, retail arbitrage is fine up until I don't want people to think, oh, she's a hypocrite. 5 days ago, she was saying it's all right. That's because it has changed so much in that period of time. Yeah. It's not like
we're on lockdown now. If you're going out to the shops now to buy blooming toys or whatever you're buying to send it to Amazon, it's not the time to do it.
Just stay safe, everyone. That's the most important thing. That's what we want everybody to do. We want everyone to come out of it all right. And like you quite rightly said, we're being asked to stay at home. It's not like we're being kept in, any type of Guantanamo Bay or anything like that. We're being asked to stay in the comfort of our own homes and to just be calm about the whole situation. And that's the only thing they're kind of asking us to do. But since the world has been kind of falling apart a little bit, Matt, there's been some big changes on, or a few changes on Profit Protector Pro over the last week, which have probably kind of slipped under the radar a little bit. So I wanted you to, if possible, just talk us through some of the changes. And I know there's a big change coming up, which I don't even know what it is, but there's a big change coming up. So if you can let us know about some of those changes.
Okay, so we've got a huge change that we've had a full-time developer, just one person working on that, aside from the normal team. One person just building this, if I maybe even tickled two, but we had one person just building this thing for months, and we're getting close on that. But that will have to wait. That's a big feature, and that will. There's two major features going in next that will be when we up the price, because then we'll be able to command a higher price. It'll only be right. We're already too cheap. It costs us more to run it than we charge people.
Yeah,
obviously, everybody that's paying now will be grandfathered in at the price, so your price won't go up, just new people as well. But when these big features go in, then we're going to increase the price, and we're getting real close on this major feature I can't talk about. And then this other feature that I can't talk about either is really exciting. That's the exciting one for me. So this one will go in first. Karen,
I'm not bringing you on again if you're not going to talk about this.
Sorry, no, I will tell you about some stuff. Karen's super excited about this one. That's coming in next, and I'm super excited about that one, and Karen is too, to be fair. And that one's coming after. But no, we've got four new things that have just gone in. Minor changes, arguably minor to medium. One of them is we have got a Chrome extension. It's the world's first and only Chrome extension that sits in the Amazon browser. So, in your browser on the Amazon page, and you can reprice your stock. So you can set mins, maxes, and strategies from the Amazon page itself. So when you're sourcing and you land on an Amazon page, and maybe you're throwing it into like BuyBot Pro, and you're going through BuyBot Pro to analyze the deal, and then you go, yeah, I'm going to buy it. Then you go buy some or whatever, export it to your buy sheet, all that good stuff with BuyBot Pro. Well, now without even leaving that page, you can set up your repricer at that point.
Amazing.
So you can go across, and here's the big change, right? So before now, I think it was single marketplace, and now you can do multiple SKUs of the same ASIN from the new Chrome extension, which most people won't matter to them. But if you know, you know. But multiple SKUs of the same ASIN, and you can reprice different marketplaces from that Chrome extension. So you never even need to go in Profit Protector Pro dashboard. It just sits there in the browser, and you can put all your mins and maxes in. So you've sourced your product, and then you can be on to the next product. And then when it lands in Amazon, you're already repricing. So
amazing. Yeah,
so
that's brilliant.
That's the world's first. Only, as far as I'm aware, there's no other repricer with a Chrome extension. I don't know of one, and we know of them all. So that is the thing. Mm-hmm. So that's one of them that's just been added. Another one is Netherlands. So the Netherlands is a brand new Amazon marketplace. It's the newest marketplace in the Amazon universe. Yeah, I know COVID-19 is just it, and obviously it's taking the shine off things, but don't be fooled. There was like, is it 5 or 6 European marketplaces before? I think 5. And now with Netherlands, there's 6. So whether it turns out to be a slow seller like Spain, or if it ends up being a good seller like Germany, we'll see. But over time, it means that your business, even if Netherlands ends up being 5% of your business now, it could be 10% or 15% or 20% in a year's time. And Profit Protector Pro is already up and running and repricing in the Netherlands marketplace. Brilliant. So again, you can do that from the Chrome extension or from within the login panel. Go on, Nat.
No, I was just going to say, we've just not heard hardly anything about the Netherlands at the moment because of everything that's going on. And I suspect that they would have added probably at some time in the next couple of months, maybe Poland or Ireland as well. But I can't see that happening. I think everything's kind of going to be pushed to the back burner for the moment. But
when you're ready, and when Amazon are ready, and when the market's ready and everything's going, Profit Protector Pro is ready to go. So Netherlands is in there, ready, working, all good. Another change we've made, it's a minor change, but it's made a massive difference, and you'll just have to take my word on this one. But the look and feel of the inventory page has changed. So on some smaller browser windows, some of the boxes were wrapping down onto the next page because of your small browser window. Well, we've slimmed down the boxes for each marketplace, which has made it easier to like change the settings on. It's made them all fit onto one page for a lot more people. And they intelligently resize now. So when you change the browser size window, the boxes move around and it's kind of sexy. Again, all minor stuff. We've also made the bold writing into non-bold writing. We've rearranged some of the boxes, changed the font sizes and all kinds of bits and bobs. But that inventory page felt nice before, but the feng shui was never right for me, and I never put my finger on what it was. Well, we cracked it yesterday. We put it in there. It's updated, and it looks and feels loads better. So the look and the feel of the inventory page are better. And then what was the last one? Can we remember the last one? What was it? Oh, my God. Maybe it's the biggest. Maybe it's the biggest. So Profit Protector Pro now has 4 new strategies put in there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. I forgot what it was. Sorry.
3 of the strategies are focused on merchant fulfilled sellers. And we might mention more. I might talk to Nat more about merchant fulfilled at the minute, because a lot more people seem to be doing more merchant fulfilled at the minute. So we've got 3 new strategies that replicate the power and kind of what the FBA focused strategies do, but for a merchant fulfilled seller. Now we are tweaking those a little bit more, and I think there's a poll gone up tonight, probably in Profit Protector Pro group, because we're asking your opinion. But we're going to be just doing a little tweak before we bring them out of beta, and that is how you guys want the postage and packing to be treated with the merchant fulfilled prices. So if you want effect on that, go find the Profit Protector Pro group, Facebook group, and add your vote in there. But that's been changed. And yeah, so there's 3 new strategies that are focused on merchant fulfilled. You've got an aggressive for sales, you've got a profit focused one, you've got a balanced one, and there's a used goods strategy gone in there as well. So 4 new strategies. So loads changing at PPP.
Yeah.
And the big 2 changes are still coming. They're all tiny changes in comparison. So yeah, that is that's that.
Well, merchant fulfilled is huge at the moment, and a lot of people are really taking advantage of it, because at the end of the day, certain products you can't be, you can't send into Amazon FBA at the moment. Like you said, it's not going to be forever. It's not going to be forever. Even if they extend that April the 5th date, they will not extend it by long. They're not going to be missing out on all those extra lovely sales. So, but what will be interesting is, Amazon were playing silly beggars with the merchant versus the FBA buy box before all of this. But ever since this has kind of happened, it seems to have reset the system a little bit. Not on all listings. I've still seen ones where it is being awarded to the merchant fulfilled over the FBA, but I kind of think that all kind of rules have gone out the window a little bit at the moment. So we just kind of got to wait to see what happens once things settle down. Once we kind of get out of this, I say get out of it over the next 12 weeks. I don't mean it'll be done and dusted in 12 weeks. But hopefully we should start seeing a little bit of kind of green shoots. Still a terrible situation with what's going in Italy at the moment, but they think they've started to flatten the curve, or whatever it's called, which weird saying that you never thought you find yourself, talking about in this day and age, but they feel they might just be on the edge of starting to flatten the curve. So we'll wait and see what is going to happen with them. But Vlad says he's got 4 sales through in a week from the Netherlands marketplace, and not a bad start at this time for a new marketplace. Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. It's only going to, it's a weird time at the moment, but it's only going to add additional sales to your business moving forward once things are up and running. But I wanted to pick up on what Alison said. She said Netherlands hasn't come up on my Seller Central yet. Now I'm hearing this from a few different people. Yeah. So it seems to be like 50% have got it and 50% haven't. So I don't know if it's down to whether or not you have an aged account, and whether it's a grandfathered account or whatever, or whether it's down to just what's going on at the moment. Like Amazon were halfway through pressing the button to activate it for people, and they were like, kind of poops hit the fan a bit, let's kind of give up on the Netherlands side. I've got no firm answer for that, and I don't think anyone has, as to why some people have got it and some people haven't.
No, because I keep saying, oh, the Netherlands is in PPP, and then you get people saying, well, I can't see it, and we're like, whoa, what? We're like, what? Why? Like, we worry about that, and then you realize some people can. And with Vlad saying he's got 4 sales in the Netherlands, well, that's
yeah. My head says it's down to
accounts.
Accounts. That's what my head says, but all kind of bets are off for a little bit at the moment. What it could be, what it couldn't be. So I'm not gonna speculate too much on that, but some people have got it, some people haven't. But I don't think it's going to be a huge impact on people's accounts at the moment anyway. If you've got good levels of stock in at the moment, which most people's stock is getting absolutely depleted, if you've got good levels of stock in the moment, you're probably going to want to concentrate on selling it in the UK market. Less chance of returns, obviously. No conversion rate on the money or anything like that whatsoever. That would be my advice, to try and sell as much of your goods profitably in the UK market as you can at the moment, because, you know, trying to sell it in the foreign markets, yes, there is going to be good opportunity in like the Italian and the German markets and things like that at the moment. Very good conversion back from the euro to the pound. But if you can get your profit in the UK, that's the one that I would probably go for at the moment. But
Peter, sorry, Nat, go on.
No.
Peter, I'll answer this. Peter asked about BuyBot Pro in the Netherlands. So, Peter, we are on it. We've got full-time development teams across all our products, and we are happy to throw everything at this. And we already spoke about it, and like we've got plans, and it will happen at some point. But the thing with BuyBot Pro is a lot of the data we basically buy from Keeper. So you don't have to buy Keeper when you've got BuyBot Pro. We buy Keeper on your behalf. So we pay almost like a good business-to-business rate. So we pay a lot of money for Keeper data. Now, and that drives a lot of the processes within BuyBot Pro. Now, the problem is when you've got a, 2-3 week old marketplace, there isn't that much sales history yet within the Netherlands. So we could add it right now, but it wouldn't reflect BuyBot Pro in the way that you're used to, because ultimately the data that we buy from Keeper on your behalf wouldn't really be what you'd expect. So the way we see it is, yeah, absolutely. The moment we need to put the Netherlands in BuyBot Pro, it will be going in there ASAP. But until we've got that kind of historical data through Keeper, then there's almost no point in it. So we're going to sit tight for now. We've talked about it. We like a lot of the work is already done. We just got to pull a trigger really, but there's no point right now because it won't act how you really want it to. So hopefully that answers your question. But as soon as it makes sense to put the Netherlands into BuyBot Pro, we will.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Final kind of discussion on price gauging. I always say it wrong.
Gouging.
Is it what is it?
Gouging, like gouging your eye out. You know, when you try
gouging.
One thing in UFC you can't do. In fact, I think there might be 3 things. You can't bite. I'm not sure you can knee to the privates, and you can't eye gouge. Gouging, price gouging.
Well, I'd be rubbish at UFC then if I couldn't do any of that in a fight. But okay,
yeah, Nat goes straight in. She's biting them. She's near them.
Totally, total dirty fighter.
Dirty fighter.
But price gouging. I thought it was gauging. Right, so gouging.
Hey, I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but that's how I understand it. Gouging, like gouging, price gouging.
Let us know in the comments who's right.
Yeah, who's right, Matt or Nat? Is it gouging or
gauging?
It's not gauging. I've got to be right on this one.
No, I actually think you are right now that I've said it.
I think I am. I've been known to be wrong on occasion, maybe once every century, but I think I'm right.
I think you are right, but let us know in the comments who's right. Anyway, the final warning. A lot of people getting warnings about this. Huge. Amazon, I think, warned 10,000 sellers last week, deactivated like 3,500 or 4,000 seller accounts this week. It is real. Amazon are taking it very, very. They're all saying it's you. I'm going.
They're all saying I'm right. But don't trust Carl. Carl thinks, in fact, I won't even mention what Carl thinks.
Oh, for God's sake, Matt Cromie, my husband has even said to you, Jesus, if there was ever a time to show your husband solidarity, surely this is it.
Nat, right is right. Whether right is right.
Yeah, loyalty's loyalty.
All right, let's say gauging for you. It's
gouging.
For the rest
okay, now I know.
Price gauging.
Price gouging. I don't know. I did hear. I haven't confirmed. I haven't had time to look into it today. Actually, most of this stuff comes from the US. Now, price gouging isn't actually illegal here. Did I say it wrong again?
No, you said it right.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not actually illegal here. So most people would be like, well, what's going on? Why it's not illegal here at all? But it is in America. And President Trump has just literally, I think it was yesterday, said something along the line. I'm going to have to find it. I might have to find it and post it in the group, actually, in one of his garbled kind of addresses where he didn't, I don't know, he was banging on about something. He said about that he is stamping out price gouging completely. It is going to be, so that's going to have even more consequences as to wonder why Amazon are taking it so seriously. We've talked about it before.
Karen, it's illegal in the US, isn't it?
It's illegal in the US, but not illegal here. So they are going to just have a blanket policy.
Yeah.
And there are people I have seen in many a group, that are saying, well, I don't care. What they're saying is, well, Amazon take their fees and this and that, and I've got to pay this and that. It doesn't matter. If they see an inflated price, they are comparing to their competitors, online competitors. And if you are nowhere in the vicinity of what that price is being advertised through other competitors, then at this present point in time, they see that as price gouging.
Can I add something here? It's super, super important right now, guys, for you guys to go through your repricer settings.
Yeah.
Whether that's Profit Protector Pro or one of the others, you need to go through your settings and change your max prices. Right now, Karen Hudson, who is an absolute UK expert on like suspensions and stuff, because she runs Get Unsuspended as one of her kind of sister business things. But she says if you price at the max price that it's ever sold at, she seems to think you'll be safe. But another way to look at it is look at it and see what you think it's worth. But either way, look, if the FBA price is like 20 quid and your max price is 80 quid, you might think, well, that's all right because it's okay. But what happens if those products sell out and then your repricer does what it should do, which is probably, depending on the rule, because some rules will go, right.
Well, actually, most repricers, apart from Profit Protector Pro, probably wouldn't do that because we know it's a unique thing in Profit Protector Pro. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
Profit Protector Pro is very uppy with its prices. Not all repricers are, even if they say they are. They're very downy. But you imagine if you've got 80 quid on a product that usually sells for 20, which might be all right in peacetime, but in price gouging now time, it's a bad thing. And we have heard of somebody getting suspended for basically that happening, I think, a max price happening on their account, and that got them suspended. So it's not the repricer's fault. And yeah, that's whatever repricer you're using. It's not the repricer's fault. You've got to manage your maxes in these times because this price gouging. So it's super important. Go through all of your listings. Yes, every single one. I know you don't want to. And make sure your max prices are reasonable. If in doubt, just put them like a quid or two above what they are now, and I think you'll be all right. Don't go mad.
Yeah, I think I think you need to put your maximum essentially for what you want it to sell at. I think essentially that's what it needs to be at the moment. And I know Yeah, I know what you said about, oh, you don't want to do it and it's annoying and things like that. You know, all of the software that Cat. Oh, actually, yeah, that could be your new name, Karen and Matt. That Karen and Matt have built takes away a lot of the issues with selling on Amazon. It makes life a lot easier. But we are talking about under normal circumstances.
Oh, yeah.
These are not normal circumstances at the moment. So there isn't going to be, a very quick solution for certain things. You are going to have to spend a bit of time with this thing, with your repricer, with making sure and going through and manually checking for those type of things at the moment. Yes, we know you don't want to do it, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be suspended. People are being suspended for that at the moment. It's not just a case of, oh, well, you might get suspended if Amazon see this, or if Amazon. No, people are being suspended for it.
They're almost proud of it. It's almost becoming like a headline. Oh, we suspended 10,000 seller accounts because of price gouging or whatever. That gets them some good PR, because that's what people want to see. They don't want to see people charging £5 for a 72 pence bottle of alcohol sanitizer or whatever. Like they want the public are demanding people to be like responsible, and Amazon are, through law in the US and through policy everywhere else, saying, look, you've got to be responsible with your pricing. So set your maxes. You know what? Set your maxes at what you're blooming trying to sell at now.
You're trying to sell it at. That's what I think. There's no point.
Safety.
Yeah, just set it for what you're trying to sell it at. I think that's the thing. So thanks, Anish. You gave me a good definition of what gouging is. I promise I won't say it wrong again. Everyone said they agreed with you. My Matt said, I told you how it was pronounced and you ignored me. LOL. I'll tell you what, Matt, I'm not happy with you tonight because he keeps digging me out.
Karen has just said we are adding a magic button to PPP2, which I think is a nod and a nudge and a wink to say, mention the magic button, right? Okay, I don't understand the ins and outs of it perfectly. I know there's been a lot of back and forth. This is Karen's own little pet project. If it was up to me, like, this is the first time I'm saying this actually to her, so she'll hear this and probably go, ooh. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have done this. But Karen's going above and beyond. She spent a lot of development time on creating a little magic button. I assume that's what she's talking about. Prices are changing. The fees are changing on Amazon soon. Are you aware of this, Nat?
Yeah.
And it's going on weight and size, and there's some big changes happening. Well, we are, and as far as I'm aware, it's a world exclusive. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have even done it, like I say. But Karen, with the developers, have been working very hard and putting a lot of man hours into creating a button within Profit Protector Pro so that you can just click it and it will alter your mins based on weights and sizes of the new fees. So you can basically, instead of the fees going up and you taking a smaller margin, there's going to be a one button, and we're literally coding this for this one-time event as far as I'm aware. You press the button.
Fees always go up. They always change. So
yeah, maybe we could, for the future it might come out again. But we've had to do loads of calculations. We're still doing them. Loads of maths in the background. Loads of development time on figuring out how the fees are going to change, and it's based on weight and stuff. And basically, you'll click one button in Profit Protector Pro, and your mins when you press that button will all be adjusted upwards so that your margin's not reduced because of these changes. So cool little feature, magic little button Karen's worked on with the devs, and she wanted to.
I'm sure you probably weren't supposed to say what it was, Matt, to be fair, but
have I just
you're the worst person with secrets ever.
Karen, well, I'm drinking Malibu, aren't I? Karen was at the fact that I would say that I didn't think we should do it. That's what she'll be doing. I know Karen very well. Me and her are best buddies now, and like I know she'll be like, she'll be feeling bad, and she'll feel like she's got to justify it to me and all kinds of little emotions. But it's all from a good place. It's all from a positive place. Well, she's got your back, folks. Because if it were up to me, I'd have said let them change the mins themselves.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That, what I was talking about earlier, that all of the software is designed to make our lives easier as Amazon sellers for certain boring kind of tasks and things like that no one likes doing. And that's just absolute proof of, that's proof.
Well, people won't think anything of it. They'll just click a button, done, and then they'll think nothing of it. But they won't realise the time and effort and money that's been going into making that happen. Sounds like if it was up to you, Matt, you'd all be doing it manually. Good job, I'm here to look after our clients. Lol. It's not like that, folks. It's not like that.
Yeah, Karen's got your back, guys.
I've got your back too. I was just talking to Ollie about it like just before this as well, and I was like, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have done that bit, because it's a lot of time, effort, and money and work has gone into making that magic button for this one time.
We do appreciate it. We do 100%. Right. Well, we are nearly at 8:10, which means we have come to the end of the hour. I got some Disney wedding documentaries to be getting on with. So, you know, well, I'm saying I've got better things to do, but I got better things to do.
Yeah.
So it's been a pleasure, everybody.
As always.
Yeah, as always. Do you know what? I'd love to be able to say next week we're going to be able to talk about something different, but you know, this situation.
There will be new news on Amazon for sure.
There will be new news. That's what I was just about to say. This is so ever changing at the moment, and I actually think it is. I think it's the 5th next week, which is next Tuesday, is the date that it is due to open up. Obviously, if there's any big developments between now and then, we're not going to wait to tell you about it. You know, we let you know in the group, we keep you updated, but just stay motivated, guys. I made a load of videos for YouTube today, and I just made sure on every single video that I said, and I just wanted to make a point of saying it today. I know it's tough at the moment. I know it feels rubbish. And I know that there are things going on at the moment that we just all never thought were going to happen, but don't give up. Don't give up. I know it can be really tempting, and like I said earlier on in this show, I was talking about, do I just concentrate on the kids at the moment? You know, having that moment of things, but there is so much good to come, and if you give up now, you'll find it hard to get back into it. You know, by the time there are going to be a lot of people that give up selling on Amazon due to all of this and everything that's going on at the moment. But the opportunity, the opportunity is there now anyway. But once this kind of dies down even more, the opportunity is just going to be so much bigger. So don't get disheartened. Don't give up. Amazon is more the future now than it was a month ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So all I'll say is, well, I want to say a couple of things, but if you're not doing anything, if you're bored, and we are about to wrap this show up, you can head on over to the Secret Wealth Project, and Nat has put a new video up entitled "How Coronavirus Could Slow Down Amazon Deliveries." And Mieka said, fantastic video, open the best with everything. And Tim's put amazing video. So it's getting some good feedback. Like, it's only had a few views because I think most people are watching this and stuff so far, but the feedback's really good on it. So I've not watched it myself.
Do you know what? If that's I only filmed them today, actually. But do you know, I filmed if it's the one I think it is, because I can't remember the titles. If it's the one I think it is, when I finished filming it, I actually thought, oh wow, that's a really good video. No, I didn't think that, but I just thought it just kind of, it was very now. It was very in the moment kind of thing. So if you guys do get a chance, head over and take a look at it.
Yeah, Secret Wealth Project on YouTube. Just sort by the latest video or whatever and take a look. Nat's video has just gone live. Just as we were going live on air, it went live. So if you're not fed up of us already, go watch Nat for, how long is it? Nat, is it?
It's like 15 minutes, but it's just like literally me talking for 15 minutes. And just my thoughts on everything that's kind of going on at the moment and where I think things are kind of go. But it's all speculation, you know. I haven't got a hotline to Jeff Bezos or anything like that. But I think sometimes just you just kind of, it's good to hear that everything's going to be okay. Yeah,
absolutely. So just to wrap it up, I'll say Profit Protector Pro, all these new features that are coming in right now, they are just about before we put the prices up. So if you're thinking about locking in and grandfathering in this low price, it costs us more to run it than we make from the subscription. So literally, it's like you're getting free. In fact, we're paying you to use it, really, if you look at it that way. If you want to get locked in, jump over to profitprotectorpro.com and get yourself a subscription. and then you'll stay grandfathered in at that price. Even a year from now, when it's all singing, all dancing, all bells whistling, you'll be still paying it's like 20-ish a month or something. It's ridiculously low. All marketplaces included in that. Also, what I want to say is, look, this coronavirus, COVID-19, is very, very scary times. Do what you can, stay in, listen to the government advice. There's not much more else you can do. And remember, look, night follows day. And what follows night? Day.
Day. Yeah.
And this is, and what Jim Rohn, this is like a Jim Rohn saying, like paraphrase, because I'll probably get it wrong, but what follows winter? What follows spring? And what follows spring? Summer. And there's no reversing that. No, it doesn't matter what you do or what happens in the world, summer will be here. So in your business, in your Amazon business, in your life, in your income, whatever, this is winter right now. It's about as bad a winter as we've ever had. Like, I don't remember a worse time for more people getting job losses and struggling, and self-employed people really struggling, and across the world, literally, not just in the UK. But trust me, this is winter. It's a bad winter. It's a deep winter. But what comes after winter? Spring. And that's when your business is going to start growing again. And then what comes after that? Summer. And just like this winter might be a very long and hard winter, we'll get a long and hard summer, a long and easy summer at some point. Summer always follows winter, not straight after the spring, but it will come.
Yeah.
It will come. So yeah, times are tough. Now's not the time to to pull back. Now's the time to double down on your skills, on your education, on your self-development, on your business. If you're getting to spend more time at home, well, build your online business. Focus on your online business. Get your ducks in a row. Get things in order and get ready to ride the wave on the way back up. It might feel like the world's coming to an end, but it's really not. We are going to get through this. Things are going to be okay. And as Amazon sellers and online sellers, you're better placed than most people to get through this on the other side, possibly even stronger than you are now, or definitely not as heavily affected as most other people. So don't worry. I know it's tough. I know things are going bad for a lot of people. Stay safe. Things will get better. Summer is coming. It might not be in our official summer, but it is coming. Carl's just put the night is always darkest before the dawn. Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for that. So stay focused, folks. Things are going to be all right. That's it, Nat.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Keep updated in the group. Keep posting. Keep asking questions, and we will keep you as updated as much as possible. But yeah, nice to see everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining, and we will see you next week.
Cheers, guys. Speak soon. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 Bye.